Well, and welcome to another Sweet 16 matchup here in the first ever ghostcast National Collegiate Basketball Championship. The Duke Blue Devils taking on the Southern California Trojans. Here from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, the winner will go to the Elite Eight. Oh my. The winner will take on the winner of the winner of Siena and Wisconsin. So let's get you set. The Duke Blue Devils, some keys to the game. They want to attack immediately. USC definitely wants to box out, keep the great size of Duke at bay. Both these teams really young. SC has a couple of seniors in the lineup, but two freshmen and a sophomore, and the Duke Blue Devils start four freshmen and a senior. The Blue Devils will be in their traditional, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not a navy blue, it's not a royal blue, it's the Duke blue with black and white trim, and the Southern California Trojans with the basketball having won the opening tip. Great tip by the big freshman Onyeka Okongwu from Chino Hills, California. They're in their traditional white with the cardinal and gold trim. First possession of the game. Southern California Trojans, coached by one Andy Enfield. There's a drive to the basket, put up and in. That is Ethan Anderson with the first goal of the game, and the Trojans on the board, 2-0. Ethan Anderson, the former LA City Player of the Year. The Trojans, Andy Enfield, who used to coach at Florida Gulf Coast, has been now at the Trojans for some time. They were 22-9. 11-7 in conference. Here's Duke with a shot inside. Miss it, put it up. Get the rebound, put it up. No good. So Vernon Carey, a bunch of shots around the rim. Can't get him to go. And the Trojans will get the rebound and bring it up. Good pressure by Duke in the backcourt. Trojans 22-9, 11-7 in conference. They started so well. There's an offensive foul on USC. They were 12-2 early on. Only Temple and Marquette had defeated them, and they finished with the tough conference play, really finished going 10-7 in their last 17. So it's not like they came in with a ton of momentous play, if you will. I think really came into the tournament trying to find themselves. Left-hand shot put up by Duke, and that bucket is good. We're knotted at 2. But they did, speaking of the Trojans, beat Illinois in the first round and then Creighton in round 2. So here they are. This is Rakachevich with the ball. He's the senior from Chicago. Out front, Utomi with it. Kick it over here on the left wing. Number 20 is Ethan Anderson. He's already scored once, put it up and in, and again. So yeah, normally he runs the show. Had a big assist game the other night against UCLA where he had 7 assists. It was a wild shot by Duke, but it does go. So Wendell Moore, the freshman from Charlotte, had a huge game recently and does usually a great job getting to the line. That's really his forte. And of course, you can see play in the passing lanes. Duke with a steal. Coming back the other way. Get it inside the big Vernon Carey out front. Kick it to the foul line. Swings now to the right wing. That was Stanley on the right wing. There's a foul by USC trying to go for a steal. Foul be on Jonah Matthews. He's the senior from Santa Monica. Take a look at the SC bench. And let's talk about the Duke Blue Devils. 25-6 on the year. 15-5 in conference play. Oh, here's a pass wide open as Duke underneath. Put it up and in. They keep getting the ball to their big guy, Vernon Carey. He scores again. So Duke now leads it by 2. Duke finished second in conference to Florida State. Great year for Leonard Hamilton and the Seminoles, who went 16-4. But Duke, as they always do, there's a foul on Carey. It'll send Jonah Matthews to the line. Carey is a shot-blocking, long-limbed, 6'10" freshman. And Matthews, the senior, puts it up and in. Conventional three-point play. Matthews now the program's most prolific three-point shooter ever. and a local kid right out of Santa Monica High School. Big thrill for him. Duke going the other way. Good ball movement, swinging around the horn. Through the elbow, now to the left baseline. Here's a drive on the base. Good defense by Southern Cal. Swing to the right wing and a 3-ball put up by Trey Jones. Trey Jones, 6'3" sophomore from Apple Valley, Minnesota. Slight distraction there. Obviously, Duke got a bucket up and in. 8-7. Ghostcasters hate that. In the middle of calling a game and someone's calling them. The Blue Devils, 4 minutes gone here in the round of 16. And the Blue Devils lead it by a single point. Shot clock down inside 10. Vernon Carey with it. Not a threat from there. Kick it outside to Matthew Hurt. Somebody's got to go. No, they throw it away instead. So they got a little too careful at the end when they should have been looking for a shot. SC coming back down by a single point. Matthews with it. Kick it over here on the wing. Here's a turnaround jumper. Good looking shot. Put up and in. Ethan Anderson. You can see why he was the Los Angeles City Player of the Year. Shot put up by Duke to respond in a hurry. And a good one. And a steal by Duke. And a dunk by Duke. Is that Trey Jones who scored, stole it, and dunked? I believe so. If not, whoever it was, he was incredible. Duke with a quick 4-point little switch and now lead it by 3. 12-9. Rakachevich kick it out. Utomi with it, top of the key. He's got Rakachevich on the block. Instead goes to the other wing. Turnaround left-hand jumper up and good. Jonah Matthews again with a bucket. And the Trojans within 1. If you hear any Queen in the background, that's my son on the piano. Duke with it, left wing. Sweet 16 action from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Turnaround jumper by Duke needs a friendly roll, and the bucket is good. Wendell Moore. He had 25 points against Wake Forest going down to the end of the season. SC coming the other direction. Beautiful drive to the goal, lay it up and in. That's a nice play by Ethan Anderson. He continues to thrill in this one. Here's Moore. Kick it outside. Down deep, drive to the basket, lay it up. Oh, and missed the layup. Duke had a beautiful backdoor cut, can't get it to go. And the Trojans corral the carom and will come the other way. Handling the ball out top. This is Utomi. Utomi, pass it away. Duke coming the other direction. Drive to the goal. Left-hand layup. No good. Rebound Duke. Put it up, and that rattles out. Wow. Coach K beside himself. Matthews with it, top of the key. Have not gotten their bigs involved. This is Rakachevich. He throws it away. Duke coming the other direction. Wide open, and this time they finish going to the goal. Cassius Stanley that time, a great leaper. He's from right here in Los Angeles. Went to Harvard Westlake High and then transferred to Sierra Canyon. Terrific athlete. He's had 18 or more for the last 7 ball games. Anderson with it. Finally, Onyeka Okongwu will touch it. Okongwu is the freshman from Chino. He is already declared for the draft. So it's a nice little down screen to try and get Anderson open. They swing it. Open. Jumper no good. Rebound Rakachevich. Kick it back out. SC will make Duke play defense again. Not a bad idea. The way Duke gets after you on defense, they like to be rewarded with the offensive possession. Down low, Rakachevich turn and shoot and score. So the Trojans not only hanging, they're right here, folks. 16-15 with 2:40 to go in the first. Right baseline. Cassius Stanley driving. That was Matthew Hurt, number 21. Swinging on the left wing. Now Trey Jones, top of the key. He's a 3-point shooter. He missed that shot. And the rebound corralled by Rakachevich. He'll give it to Utomi. He'll bring it up. Utomi has it, top of the key against pressure, man-to-man defense for Duke, and a bad pass. And Duke just, it's stolen back by the Trojans. I thought Rakachevich had a layup. He decided against it. Utomi here, left wing, drive. Duke surrounds him with three guys immediately. Elbow. Kick it over here to Jonah Matthews on the left wing. Utomi, still 20 on the clock because of the change of possession. Here's Okongwu. Up top. Ball moving now a little bit more liberally, which is great. Down low. This is the big boy, Rakachevich from Chicago. He's a senior, can't get it to go. He also can't believe that this could be his final game. Doesn't know what will take place after. Down low to Duke. Vernon Carey. Out to Trey Jones. Trey Jones to Cassius Stanley. Carey's turnaround jumper is not close. And the rebound taken by Utomi. Utomi will bring it up going the other direction. Final 1:15 of the first. Trojans within one. Duke very familiar in these parts of the land. Sweet 16, Elite 8, seems like they get there almost every year. The Trojans would be uncharted waters. Utomi's three ball is good. And the Trojans have taken a quick 2-point lead with 30 seconds to go in the half. It is a nail-biter. What a ball game thus far. Duke down the middle, layup, right-hand scoop layup is good. And they will tie it at 18. 40 seconds to go. Here come the Trojans. About 7 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock, and the Trojans going to go get fouled on their way there. Substitution in. Anderson out. Looks like Elijah Weaver coming in for him. And Jonah Matthews will go to the line. His brother Jordan, if the name sounds familiar, played for Gonzaga a couple of years back. Left-hander, free throw up and good. He's been terrific the last two games, averaging 20. He's made 8 out of 16 threes in those games and had 5 steals. So yes, probably the determining factor in those 2 wins. Makes both free throws, a 2-point lead, and full court pressure by the Trojans. Duke probably has a play they'd like to run in the last seconds of the half, but the Trojans say, we're going to get you scattered and disrupted. 15 seconds to go. Duke with it. Jones out front. Jones still with it. Guarded heavily. Throw it, and luckily goes back door and taken by Stanley, who can leap, folks, and throws it down to tie it at 20. 5 seconds to go. Here's Utomi. Jonah Matthews, top of the key, 42-footer. Is good! That's unbelievable. I told you he'd made 8 out of 16 coming in, but that one was from like 39 feet. One dribble across half court. And the Trojans will narrowly escape, take a 3-point lead into the locker room, and Andy Enfield has to be thrilled. Remember, the Trojans finished 10-7 in their final 17 games. Nobody saw this coming. Victories over Illinois and Creighton, and now a 3-point lead over Duke. We switch directions. The Blue Devils now attacking from right to left. It'll be the Trojans who will start on defense. Ghostcast with their traditional 1-minute halftime. Such a beautiful thing. Down low are the Duke Blue Devils. This is Matthew Hurt down on the post. Swinging it over to Stanley. Out front. Wendell Moore with it in the corner. Out front to Jones. Jones, such a gifted scorer. Down low, drive to the basket, lay it up and blow the layup. Oh my goodness. The 6'9 freshman from Rochester, Minnesota, Matthew Hurt can't get it to go. And Duke remains down by a triple. SC coming the other direction. SC down low. Okongwu, the freshman. Kick it out here to Ethan Anderson. Had a terrific first half. Anderson, right wing. Double team momentarily, drive in. Get it inside to Okongwu, put it up. No, he thought he made it. He turned around, started running the other way, but he missed the shot. That would be called being a little short-sighted. Counting your chickens before they hatch. What the heck are you doing? At least keep your eyes on the rim till it goes in. Duke the other way. Duke with it in the post. Kick it out to Trey Jones. Jones just had a terrific sophomore season. Down low in the bucket, good by Duke. They're within one. 23-22. They'll take that bucket. Matthew Hurt giving him a little bulk inside. Trojans coming the other way. Matthews. Beautiful cross-court pass. Utomi back in. Utomi baseline. Swing it all the way to the other side. Trying to get the defensive Duke to move. Ball moving. Utomi again. Utomi and Matthews just playing catch. 3 ball straight away. Good. Jonah Matthews averages 13.5 on the year. He's a 38%er from out deep. He's having a terrific game. Not to mention the 3 ball that put him up 3 at halftime. SC, with 8 minutes to go, lead it by 4, 26-22. Anything can happen. They can't get the ball to Vernon Carey. He can't score when he does get it. And Duke has gone silent and quiet. Trojans get it and coming back the other direction. Utomi drive down the middle. Kick it outside. Here's an open look, and that 3 ball is good. That one's Ethan Anderson. So the 2 kids from LA, Anderson and Matthews, putting on a show from deep. They didn't really shoot it that well from deep all year. Here's a foul, and Duke going to the goal will shoot a couple of free throws. If you can't get a bucket, yes, get to the line and see what you can do. But it's all Trojans right now. There's Coach K. He's unhappy. Coach K, author of 5 titles in 91, 92, 01, 2010, 2015. An overall winning percentage of 7, 8, 9, folks. They win 80% of their games. He's been to 12 Final Fours. Wendell Moore at the line, knocks down the first. He's an 81% foul shooter. He was going to shut it down for the entire season. He did have surgery on his broken hand. Came back to play, made a huge game winner against North Carolina. Both free throws were much needed, 28-24. The Trojans in front. Pressure by Duke, but left open is a wide open shooter. That's Utomi, and Utomi knocks down a 3. So the 3 ball, the story for the Trojans. And even if Duke starts scoring and trading 3 for 2, they're not going to catch up. Carey, darn near throws it away. He does. What a quiet game he's had. Drive down the middle, lay it up and in. The Trojans continue. That's another kid from Los Angeles, Ethan Anderson. The LA boys at home in Georgia. And Coach Krzyzewski says, enough is enough. We're down, boys. We can't get a bucket. We turn it over. SC's shooting 3s. Now we let them drive for a layup. And the Southern California Trojans, certainly the underdog, and by betting standards, a 7-point underdog in this Sweet 16 matchup, have the lead. And we're under 7 minutes to go in this ball game. The Duke Blue Devils started 15-1. They had an anomaly. That was a loss to Stephen F. Austin on their home court. That was their first loss. Their lone loss after being 15-1. Then they lost at Clemson. They lost to Louisville. That was also at home. Here's Duke with a 3 out of the timeout. Great set by the Blue Devils. And they knock it down. That's a terrific shot. So Trey Jones gets him going. He's only a 36% shooter, but such a great talent. Conference Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. What doesn't he do? And here he is picking up full court. But after those losses to Clemson and Louisville, Duke won 7 in a row. And you thought, okay, here they come again. Here's SC going to the basket, put it up in a foul on Vernon Carey. No, they're going to give it to Matthew Hurt. So SC will shoot a pair. But Duke only finished 3-3 in their last 6. So they lost at North Carolina State. They lost at Wake Forest in an overtime game. And then they lost in a really close, low-scoring game to Virginia. SC at the line. This is Okongwu, the freshman. They say he's the number 6 prospect in next year's upcoming draft. The freshman, 6'10", from Chino Hills, California. A lot of experience playing with the Lonzo and LaMelo Ball boys. Both free throws are good. And the Trojans lead it by 7, 6:20 to go in the game. The winner goes to the Elite 8. We'll play the winner of Siena and Wisconsin. SC with another steal. Duke throw the ball away like they can, like a hot potato, like they a hand grenade. They want to get rid of it. It's not happening, folks. SC swinging the ball around the horn. Got it on the left wing. Substitutions are in. Top of the key. Enfield going to give his starters a little blow and keep his guys fresh. Here's an open 3. That shot no good, but the rebound by SC and the follow. Who was that? Elijah Weaver, who had checked in off the bench, typically a starter all year, comes in and makes a play. It's a 9-point edge. The Trojans are shooting 72%. Duke can't keep up right now. But there is time, folks. 5.5, down low. Turnaround jumper is good. That was a terrific shot by one of Duke's youngsters, and now a steal by Duke coming the other way. Give it down low. There's Vernon Carey's first hoop of the ball game. So the 6'10 freshman from Southwest Ranches, Florida. And Duke immediately, with a couple of buckets, it's right back to a 5-point game with 5:11 to go. 36-31, another steal by Duke. Here they come. Trey Jones, kick it ahead. Should kick it back to Jones. Drive down the middle, they get open. Here's another layup, but he's fouled on the play. Duke will shoot a pair, and Andy Enfield, who took out a couple of starters, says, I better come back with my guys. Aaron Andrews said, no problem at all with the altitude here in the Georgia Dome. It's very comparable to sea level, where both these teams are used to playing. Free throw up and good. This is number 20 for Duke. He's a sophomore. He's checked into the ball game just momentarily for Cassius Stanley. 2 free throws up, and he delivers. So immediately 6 in a row for the Blue Devils. Wendell Moore returns. And they've trimmed this to 3 in no time at all. Just a moment ago, it was like a 7-point lead and an 8-point lead. And we're just inside 5 minutes, and we have a 1-possession ball game. Trojans with it. Utomi down low. Right-hand jump hook of 5 is good. That is a momentum killer. In other words, they needed one to stop the momentum of Duke, and he did just that. Trojans by 5. 38-33. Carey down low. Turnaround jumper. That's good. So Vernon Carey starting to get it going. The best freshman in the country. Most people think, he's not that good, maybe because he's not quite as flamboyant as Zion. Certainly a different kid, not as outgoing. He's much more quiet. But what a great talent, a 5-star recruit, and finally making his presence felt here in this one. Trojans by 3, down to 4-10. Jumper put up and in, and the foul. So the hoop and the harm, the goal and the guilt, the score and the slap, come on. Jonah Matthews, the most prolific 3-point shooter in Trojan basketball history, says one day wants to become a broadcaster. Makes a 3-point conventional play, and just like that, from 3 it goes up to 6. It was a huge hoop for the Trojans. Enfield happy. Says let's pick up the defense. Full court pressure against Duke. They break it with ease. And now they have it. Now they're moving the ball. Cassius Stanley left baseline. That's Carey posted up. Stanley driving himself in deep, swinging it cross court. The shot put up no good, and the rebound taken by the Trojans. So the Trojans ahead by 6. We're inside 4 minutes to go. Coming the other way and not holding it up by any means. Matthews with it. Swing it over here. Kick it out front. Now back to Matthews, right wing. He's got it one-on-one coverage over there. Dribbles baseline. Out front. Out front is Anderson. Swing it over here. This is back to Matthews somehow. Drive down the middle. What a game he's having. Put it up and it won't go. Somehow it trickles off the iron. And the Blue Devils will come the other direction. But here's a steal by Utomi. Utomi down the middle. Kick it to Rakachevich. They kick it out. And the coach says, let's use a little clock. Pass down low to Rakachevich. He's almost out of bounds. But the Trojans save it and play a little more. Using the clock their friend, Okongwu, to Matthews. Can the Trojans get to the Elite 8? They're starting to win the battle of recruits in Los Angeles, that's for sure. As UCLA having a couple down years. Jonah Matthews to the goal, left-hand layup up and in. Terrific play by the one future broadcaster one day. And the Southern California Trojans, who have had a biggest lead as large as 9, have extended to 6. Another turnover. Rakachevich to the rack. Throw it home. And the senior from Chicago. Unbelievable. He can't believe, he said, going to the ballgame, this could be my last game ever. Even asked if the coronavirus and some of the new rule change would allow him a little eligibility to have to come back next year. He said, no, doesn't matter. What's done is done. So the Trojans quickly led it by 10, but how about that 3 ball by Duke? So in the corner A huge three. The freshman Vernon Carey stepped out and shows his range. 38% from out there, and the lead back to 7. But folks, it's only 1:45 to go, and SC content to use all of this clock, and Duke obviously content to let them. Here's a foul by Duke. Maybe not the smartest foul right there, especially considering under the ghostcast rules what the shot clock would be reset to. It's reset to 35. That's a terrible foul. Krzyzewski's beside himself. Coach K would like to KO one of his players. Anderson, right wing, the clock ticking away. Rakachevich, bucket, and that's it, folks. There's no way. There's no way Duke comes back from down 9 with 1:23 to go, even with a driving layup, but they blow the layup. Matthew Hurt blew a wide open layup, and Duke, I'm sorry to say, is going to go home. After making it to the Sweet 16, they're not even fouling yet. We're down to 1:05. Here's SC with it. They do commit a foul. The problem with that, it doesn't put them in the bonus yet. And the shot clock's going to reset to 35 seconds with 1:05 to play. SC's up 9. Folks, I'm telling you, I've seen enough of these games. This thing is over. I don't care how many free throws SC misses. It's over. Another upset in the ghostcast first ever National Invitational College Basketball Challenge. Foul by Trey Jones. He'll be playing in the NBA next year. They got to commit a couple more fouls to get him in the bonus. Another foul by Trey Jones. So Duke, who came in, averaging 83 points a game, shooting 47% from the field, find themselves in a funk. And Jonah Matthews, a 74% foul shooter, will step to the line. Left-hander up, ready, delivers, and the first of 2 is good. I'm telling you, this thing's already over. Duke could go happy and crazy happy from 3. They're not going to catch up. Second free throw good. The score and the lead is 9 with 1 minute to play. It is over. Excuse me, it's 11. Vernon Carey in the backcourt. Up to Wendell Moore. They need 3 balls in a hurry. They throw it away. Foul called. Coach K cannot be happy. SC's coming in with some fresh bodies. Don't know why they're doing that. Unless they're bringing in their best foul shooters. But here's Rakachevich, the senior from Chicago. I know it doesn't really look like Rakachevich, but numerically it makes sense. Statistically it makes sense. He does look a little older, so it could be the senior as opposed to the freshman Onyeka Okongwu. But I'm at the mercy of Chad Towner and Alex Kovalev, who log in these numbers and names. More substitutions for SC. Both free throws are good. This is a blowout, folks. By ghostcast standards, to get 51 points, it's a blowout. SC with pressure. Duke just wants to shoot 3s. They can't even get a 3. There's 41 seconds to go. Really kind of a silly foul by the Trojans. Made no sense to go for a steal at that point, but Duke will get the ball in bounds. They need quick 3s. They need to fire in a hurry. Get the ball to Trey Jones. He's got it right there. Jones on the right baseline. Put it up. He's fouled. Going for the conventional 3. He doesn't get it, but he will shoot a pair. So they do stop the clock. I guess that's one good thing. They're a little bit overly excited and exuberant over nothing. They're getting their butts whipped. I don't know why they're so happy. That's a pretty good Coach K, though, with the black hair combed forward and down. Trey Jones at the line. Have you ever noticed when Coach K talks, he never really opens his mouth really wide? He's got one of the smallest mouths in the world. I love the guy. 1,084 victories. 2 more here in the tournament. Free throws are good, but it doesn't look like he's going to get to an Elite 8 and to another Final Four, which he's already been 12 times. Almost incomprehensible. The 5 titles and the 12 Final Fours. Of course, Coach K took over the Duke program in 1980. We are talking 41 years, folks. Free throws by the Trojan only increased their lead and put this baby on ice. It is over. The Southern California Trojans going to make it to the Sweet 16. And it's not like there's powerhouses waiting for them. The winner of Siena and Wisconsin awaits. Here's a steal in the backcourt. That only adds insult to injury. And a slam dunk by the Trojans to kind of capitulate this thing and bring it to a close. The lead is 15. It's a blowout. And Duke will take a timeout. So how many of these guys will be around next year? Trey Jones, the sophomore, is already declared. You got 4 other freshmen. I would say of the 4, maybe Vernon Carey, the most talented and the most NBA ready to jump into the draft and see what's going to happen. For the Trojans, they had the same thing happen with their freshman, Onyeka Okongwu, who's been quiet in this game, but really probably the best all-around player in the entire Pac-12. Some say the number 6 prospect in the entire draft. He also has already declared. So 3 guys from this very young crop of 10 players. As I mentioned, 2 seniors, 2 sophomores, and the rest freshmen. 6 freshmen out there, all making it to the Sweet 16. 3 ball from the corner, no pocket. SC with a rebound, less than 10 seconds to go. Duke really shouldn't foul at this point. I don't think they will, and SC's just going to dribble out the clock. Why not? What a thrill. What a tremendous victory for the Southern California Trojans. They do. They celebrate. They get the victory. They did everything they could. They made it very difficult on Duke. Duke couldn't get any rhythm going. Vernon Carey was quiet. Trey Jones really the only positive story for Duke. And Duke's season will end with a record of 27-7. Victories over Belmont and Iowa get them to the dance in the Sweet 16, but the Southern California Trojans, who finished only 12-7, folks, in their last 17 games, have now defeated Illinois, Creighton, and the Blue Devils from Duke, and advanced to the Elite 8 in the Ghostcast Invitationals. They win it here by 15. More from Ghostcast coming up right after this.